Okay guys, just got through making my stop handshaking video. I'm just going to give you a few tips that have worked for me. I'm not telling you to do them. I'm just telling you what has worked for me when it comes time for cold and flu season. Um, if I feel, well, for one thing, I take vitamin C in powder form every day, which has helped me tremendously. I think I've had one cold in the last, I don't know how many years. Okay, I don't know how many years. But what I have found out is, for instance, my son got a cold just a few weeks ago. I told him to take the vitamin C. What I do is I take vitamin C powder or crystal. I take 5,000 or 6,000 milligrams the minute I feel something coming on. And vitamin D3 has now been shown to really help in preventing flus, or if you have it, to shorten the duration of it. When my son got sick, he came home from work and he was like, oh, I don't feel so good. I started him on the vitamin C and the vitamin D3, which I had him take one capsule 3 times a day. And within the next 48 hours, he felt, I mean, literally the next day, actually, he woke up, he said, I feel much better, and went to work the following day. He felt completely well. It was like he was never sick. I have always done this. For years and years, if I felt even a little scratch, you know how you get that little scratch or that kind of burn in your nose, the minute I feel that, I take the vitamin C. I also use saline spray. You can buy it at Walmart. It's like $4 for a good sized bottle. I use the saline spray for your nose. If I feel that kind of burning, you know that burning feeling you get up in your nose and maybe the back of your nose and maybe a little back of your throat, if I get that feeling, I instantly spray the saline nasal spray. It's a fine mist that goes in and you just breathe it in. I do that 3 or 4 times a day. And then on top of that, I take my vitamin C, 5,000 or 6,000 milligrams a day. I break it up morning, noon, and night. And I take my vitamin D3. I increase it. Um, Normally, I take 2 capsules of the vitamin D3 a day. But if I feel something coming on, I take 4. And so far, every time I've gotten that little tickly, burny feeling, or maybe you get that feeling like in your lungs where you feel like, ooh, something's coming on. I've been doing that, and I've been lucky, knock on wood, so far. Watch me catch a cold tomorrow. But we're all going to get sick at some point. We're all going to catch a cold or flu or something at some point. But the last time I did catch a cold, I started my vitamin C and everything, and it helped immediately. I mean, within 24 hours, I felt better. And also, what do you call it? Epsom salts. If you feel something coming on or you're already sick, fill a tub with as hot as you can stand it and put 3 cups of Epsom salts. Um, I have done this, and when I have been sick, going years back, it makes you feel so much better. It takes away the aches and pains. They say that it helps pull toxins out of your muscles and body. I don't know how true that is because I really don't. But I do know that I did feel better. There's no doubt I felt 100% better uh, after soaking in a nice hot tub with 3 cups of Epsom salts. Just lay there and relax. And you can put some oils in there, like say lavender, which is relaxing, that type of thing. Or if you're stuffed up, eucalyptus. Eucalyptus oil, eucalyptus soap, it helps unclog your nose and your lungs. That works really well. I remember one time many, many years ago when my mother caught a really bad cold, and my dad called me and he's like, your mother's so sick. And I said, put her in a hot tub, get some Epsom salts, put it in the water, let her soak in that for a good half hour. Keep the water hot, as hot as she can take it. So she did. She actually sat in there for an hour. And my dad called me about 4 hours later and he said, oh my God, your mom said she feels so much better. Then he called me the next day and he said, she's up and about. She feels great. I'm a firm believer of Epsom salts. I really feel they have a lot of healing qualities to them. And also, it's a good idea this is something that has worked for me. When I feel I'm catching something, I fast. I stop eating. And you might say, oh, that's crazy. You hear all these things. You got to eat, you got to eat. Well, guess what, guys? When you eat, your body puts all of its energy into digestion. Into it, all of it. It just goes to, that's why after you eat a meal, you get so tired, you're like, oh, I can just go to sleep. all your energy is going to digesting. So I stopped eating. And have you ever noticed your own dog or cat? If they get sick, what do? They stop eating. It is nature's way for them to heal. They might drink a little bit of water, go curl up in a ball and sleep. It is nature's way to help them heal because, originally they were out in the wild. Nobody's taking care of them like, us taking them to the vet for every little thing. And I've seen that with my own dogs. When they got sick with stomach upset, or I've seen my dogs catch a cold, they got a runny nose, they stop eating and curl up and they just sleep. That's, nature saying heal, heal. And so I find that if I break down and I do eat when I'm sick, I feel 10 times worse. So I fast. I just stop eating. I drink lots of water. I don't drink a lot of juice because juice is nothing but sugar, and sugar is not good for you when you're sick. But teas, I have a great selection of teas. I go to this great little tea company we have here. My son and I do. And you drink tea. Just drink plain tea. Sip on it with your water. If you've had diarrhea, get something that can replace your electrolytes. Like, for instance, coconut water is very good for that. A lot of people like Gatorade. I don't care for it because it's got so much sugar, but I like the coconut water. I will tell you, after I got sick the last time I got a cold, it left me really drained. It was kind of a cold flu thing, the nose, the stuffiness, diarrhea, the whole bit. I felt really drained. I went, got the coconut water, drank a whole thing of it in one day. Man, like that, my energy was right back on top because it helps replace your electrolytes. So that worked great for me. Now you got to be careful because a lot of coconut water can give you diarrhea. But I just drank enough to rehydrate and get my electrolytes back in balance. And you can also, like the Pedialyte stuff, you have to be careful with that because I actually got some Pedialyte stuff for my grandson. He was sick. And then I noticed that it has artificial sweeteners in it, which I about died when I saw that. Stay away from all that kind of garbage. I thought, in children's stuff, artificial sweeteners, no way. So I got the plain stuff. So you can do things like that to help rehydrate yourself. But I find that when I fast, if I'm sick, I heal much, much quicker. I think it's nature's way that says, your body needs to heal. Give it a rest, and digestion takes all of your energy. It can't rest when it's digesting. And that's why I've noticed with my own dogs. They get sick, they stop eating. Nature said this is what you're supposed to do. So I'm a firm believer of that. You can look up any information you want about that. It's worked for me. And also remember, one of the reasons you can get sick is not because you're in the cold. The cold itself, you're not going to step outside and get cold air and get sick. The cold doesn't get you sick. You have to get viruses or bacteria. But what happens with the cold is if your body gets too cold, your immune system weakens. It weakens from the cold. So you want to keep yourself as warm as possible in the winter months because that's what happens. And one of the biggest things that can cause you to get sick or cause your immune system to go down from cold temperatures is you're barefoot or you don't have enough warmth on your feet. When your feet get cold, your whole body, I'm sure you've all experienced that. Your feet get cold, your whole body's cold. You can just put on some really warm socks or some really warm slippers, and then as soon as your feet start to warm up, you can actually all of a sudden feel hot because your body is now warming up. And you also lose heat through your top of your head. So keep your body warm in the cold months to keep your immune system up, okay? It's not the cold itself that gets you sick. It's that your immune system is down from being cold, and then you come into contact with any kind of germs or viruses, and bam, bacteria, they hit you like that. So keep your body warm. Keep it comfortable, and that will help keep your immune system able to fight